Good evening, my name is Belkis Noesi. I study language at the University of Guapa in Santiago. Now I'm going to talk about my senior year at high school. It is an honor for me to tell you how my senior year was at high school. In this topic that I'm going to do, I will be talking about my experience during this stage of my life. I will be talking about very nice, pleasant moments, but I will also talk about some things that happened to me at that time. This topic to develop is very important for me since it is a part of my life and it is the one that I have always preserved. Since those moments are not lived every day. In this topic, I will use different verbs such as simple past, present, future, present perfect, past perfect, among others. When I was in senior high school, I was about 11 years old. For me, it was one of my best times because at that time everything was very different. I could play with my friend. I loved to share with them. One of my best friends was Ninoska. She and I were always together, and we did the homework together too. She lived 3 blocks from my house, and when she went to school, she passed by me. I never called her by her name. Noka always taught her. I have very good teachers. I have always liked to study. I studied hard. I liked to get good grades in all subjects. One of my best experiences was when I went to the library to investigate some homework assignment to me by my social and natural teachers. At that time, I didn't have the facility to have a computer at home as many young people have today. At this time, everything was more difficult and different. Also, I think that at that time, we learned more than now because we had to look for newspaper clippings, magazines, and go to the library. That doesn't mean that young people now don't have the capacity, but rather than having things easier lets in the concert to investigate and know different information. The fact of having everything does not allow young people to advance further. When I went with my classmates to the library, we were always working. We spent an hour working all the way to the library. Thanks God I was a good student. I always did my homework and I liked to participate in class. Something I always remember is when I helped my classmates because I didn't like them to be left behind because I didn't like seeing them sad. I think I had never had such a beautiful stage. I always obeyed my teachers. Today I still respect them and I will always respect them because every teacher deserves to be respected since they ensure the well-being and learning of their students. The idea of this information is that we'll learn something from our past. And if we think about everything we go through, we will have more enthusiasm when when it comes to doing things that set us back. And that some would like to live the experience but cannot. It is good to consider that everything is learned and that also allows us to grow. In conclusion, I liked these forums a lot, seeing I have been able to talk a little about my life, but above all because it hurts me use grammars and verbs in the past. That's all. Thank you. Have a good night.